It's a new year, but is it a new you? Hi, it's Melanie Benson, host of New Era Success TV and America's leading authority on optimum performance. And as we kick off a new year, I have done something really different this year, and I want to share it with you. Because, many of us know that resolutions aren't what's working, but we're still setting goals that are probably not going to happen the way we intend them to. And over the last year, if you read my blog, you probably saw that 2012 was I almost want to call it a pivotal year. It was a year in which a lot of things drastically changed for me in the way I experience success and the way I've been able to look at what is important to me. And so as we ushered in the new year, I realized that I didn't want to do that same old vision board anymore. Because quite frankly, a lot of times those pictures are just up on a wall. They're just staring at me all year long. And they aren't really inspiring me or energizing me or even helping me in any way call in that which I want. And what I realized more than anything is that I wanted reminders around me of how to be the person who could accomplish and stay engaged with the big intentions that I've set for my life. Now, I do things very different than a lot of mentors and guides, and I look at who we're being as a way to engage what we do. That whole be, do, have. I truly believe that if we are doing in order to have and not exploring the being, then nothing we're doing is going to be sustainable, or we're going to create things that we quite frankly hate. We don't really like them, and we don't want to do them. I coach and mentor people all day long who've created these traps called a business, and they wonder why they're not inspired or why doing the things to help them grow their business are so challenging. So this year, my group of friends and I got together, and we created what we call a theme and a success container. Now, I train and teach success containers all the time. And what I know is that a lot of people don't understand what a success container means. So I want to help you today really explore a whole new way of doing things. Now, this is important for you if you've noticed the following. You tend to set goals, but don't ever really feel inspired by them, or they feel like big shoulds, or you are setting goals and you feel blocked by them. Or blocked in achieving them. You don't really feel like you're there, or you can sustain the things that you need to do to pull it off. Or the goals just disappear. It's like you set the goal, you create the vision board, and next thing you know, a whole year's passed, and you're like, what happened to that goal? I think another thing that's really important for you to dig into this today is if you feel like everything you've known is changing. A lot of people I know feel this sense that everything's about ready to be different, but we don't really know what it is, and you might feel a little lost and quite uncertain about what your role is and how to do some of the things that need to be done. And you may feel really confused and frustrated about what goals to set because you're probably, like me, having a lot of things changing so quickly and you're evolving so rapidly. You're afraid if you set a goal that it won't be as meaningful and it won't inspire you, and maybe it won't be right. So I like to look at reversing this whole thing. Who do I want to be? What is the thing that's the most important shift for me to make in my life? And I always say it's a way of being that I want to stand for this year. And it's an energy that I know if I really embrace that energy, if I really fully get being that person, that everything I want to do from that place will be easy and effortless. So I will replace a lot of hard work and effort and pushing and forcing things with a sense of ease and a sense of things just unfolding in my life the way they are designed to. And I feel like things happen automatically rather than with a lot of stress and frustration. So if you are a recovering busy addict, or you have found that you are someone who is always overwhelmed and stressed out, this is going to be really valuable for you. You've got to work on being what you want before you can have what you desire. Now, this year, I picked a theme, and we worked all together as a group with themes that really challenged us, stretched us, and in a way felt relieved. Felt relieved to say, this is who I'm going to be, because it was about owning more of what we've always wanted and not fighting, having to do things for other people or because that's what's expected or we should. And I picked a theme of emergence this year. And my theme is, in a way, very much about the work that I've been doing with my clients and really getting that I have to own and embrace it completely inside of me to do the best work I can for my clients. Because, working with thought leaders and what I call awakened leaders and people who are real visionary and they are merging into a whole new version of themselves because they're constantly evolving, you have to be at the top of your own evolution. You really have to understand what's happening for you and be able to kind of hold that space for someone else, for lack of a better way to put it. So my theme was emergence. And I'll share with you, and hopefully you can see it, a little bit of what my vision board, what my success container was. Now, I started to say what a success container is. Let me finish that thought. A success container is what we create around us to ensure that the intentions, the theme, or even goals that we're setting for ourselves, we can automatically be them. We can automatically do them. That it doesn't require a lot of stress and overwhelm and frustration. That we replace pushing and forcing with unfolding, with allowing something just to emerge because it's there. And this is a little bit of a tricky concept, so I'm going to actually teach it in my Beyond Optimum Performance Academy this month, because when you are making a stand for changing in your life, it's slippery. You can very easily slide down the slope into the old you and stay there if you don't have the right support, if you don't have the right this intricate web that is going to hold you up and remind you who you wanted to be. So I look at a success container as a combination of things. It's the inner practices that I create. It's my habits and behaviors, but it's also external. It's who I surround myself with, the support systems, the friendships that I choose to go deeper with and really engage with. It's the investments that I make in myself, and recognizing at different times in our journey, we're going to need to invest very differently in our own growth. We're going to need to look for coaching and more transformational work at times, and at other times we're going to need to be more involved in learning and skill development. So really knowing and committing to what that is a success container. So I encouraged my group this year to create a vision board that represents what is our success container. Now, mine's not 100% done, but I really wanted to give you a visual of what it is. So I'll share where I'm at with it. And I guess that's the other thing. And I know this was up for a lot of people. I have released being perfect about things for being present to what is. And one of the tricks of really having a powerful emergence and being really powerful in whatever theme you choose for this year is to recognize you're always a work in progress. So I am okay with the fact that my vision board, it's a week into the new year, and my vision board isn't 100% complete. But here's what it is. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but this is a picture of it's a rising phoenix coming out of the ashes and this spark of life. And what that means to me is, I've spent a lot of time the last few years in an observation mode, in a discovery mode, and really having almost like taken a step back from a lot of things that I used to do in order to really understand what's happening and trying to create space in my life to shift out of all the stuff that wasn't working and really allow this new way of being to get strong and to anchor in, if you will. And so I feel like this is a year of flying and really allowing everything that I've taken in and all the synthesis of this new era that's coming through and the paradigm shifts and all the stuff that's going on to really be strong. And so this Phoenix rising feels like I'm rising out of all the junk that I carried around for so long. And I don't know if you can see this, but this is me indoor skydiving over the holidays with my nephew, and I took a picture of this to really remind myself that I am free, and I am free from the old me. I'm free from the conditions that I allowed to rule my life for so long. Like, I choose what my life is, and I am free to really engage at the level that I want. Now, this has taken a lot of work to get to here, by the way. But I know that this year it's important for me to really keep holding on to this idea and surround myself with it all the time. This is about being bold, and my health and my body is a huge part of what level I can take on growing. And so this is about my constant reinforcement of choosing to nourish my body and to really be in a really centered, grounded way, which, if we look over here, this is the message of being present and really remembering to breathe and relax and to meditate to stay connected to source. And this is a key that a girlfriend of mine gave me a while back that reminds me that this is the key to real power and to being able to call in a whole nother level of emergence and to really stay connected. These are the source for me. Now, if we move up, then you'll see that this is my expression of, I look at this as the gateway. This is the being moving into the having, and to really reinforce what is this about. And one piece of it is connection. So this is my gateway, and part of that is being willing to be in prosperity and to continue to grow and evolve in a prosperous way. This opens up all these possibilities, and one possibility is knowing that this is not about me doing this alone. It's not doing it for me. This is about reinforcing this powerful synergy and this web of possibility through the work that I do with my clients and through the way I might lead and impact my colleagues and the world around me, and how we might exchange and interact together to make this happen at a much bigger level. This is not something any of us can do alone, and this is something I've always known, but I love this visual because I feel like it's being taken to a whole new level. And then, of course, my travel and, being free with my husband in that travel. And I have a picture over here of a home that feels very inspiring to me because my environment is very contagious for me, and I feel inspired when I'm in beauty and peace. And as much as I love the home I'm in now, I know there's another level of it that my husband and I would like to create to have that container. So again, this is just meant to be a spark to show you another way that you might choose this year to up-level your game, to make a new commitment, to focus on who you're being as a way to activate a whole new level of results in your life. In the 25 years that I've studied personal development, and now the last 11 years of coaching and mentoring, and by the way, when you're a coach and a mentor, you do this work first. You have to really get it inside. What I've noticed is that the people who do the inner work and are really focused on being are able to execute on a level of success that doesn't even seem possible when you're focused on the doing. That's our riddle of the day. So I hope this has been inspiring for you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear how you're kicking off the new year. Share it in the post below. And for whatever you're doing, I invite you to come join us at Beyond Optimal Performance Academy. I'm going to be teaching a really powerful strategy and a technique that I've used for probably 8 years now to help people really look at the 4 most important pillars to create a container that makes them unstoppable. And I'd love to have you. So look below, there's the instructions on how to join us, and whatever you're doing, make it a fantastic year. I'm Melanie Benson. Look forward to seeing you next week.